Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Today's video I'm going to be trying out some new art supplies. GRABIE have very kindly sent me a new watercolour set and their set of 20 multiliners. So I'm going to be using those today. I'm going to be doing 3 small paintings. Heads up, they're not amazing, I'm very rusty. So I do apologise, but we can relearn watercolours together. But yeah, it's funny really because I've been getting back into using fine liners and yeah, so these have come at a really good time. I've also wanted to get back into using watercolours. So I've never really been one to dabble in great detail in watercolours. I like to use them for quite messy things, normally skies, specifically like night sky spacey kind of scenes where I can just throw watercolour down, and this video is no different, but I am quite rusty on that, so they're not the best ones I've done, but I hope you're going to enjoy the video anyway. So these products, anyway, I'll go into them briefly. This is the 100 watercolour set and it's got 100 colours obviously, and it's also got 3 sizes of water brush and a fine liner which fit into that little tray part at the back you can see. And the colours really vary. We've got a lot of pearlescent and metallics in there. They're in like the lid portion of the tin, and lower down we have pastel colours, some really good fluorescence and like bright colours, deep colours, like everything you could possibly need. And I think because we've got this little bit at the back, you can really, you know, this is a great palette that if you want a travel palette that's got a lot of colours in, this is one for you. It's not too big, it's not far off A5 in size, so but skinnier. It's quite good, and it comes with its own swatch sheets that you can see here, which are made up of watercolour paper, but also it's got a book of watercolour paper which those swatch sheets actually come in, so it's got everything you need to get you going. One little tip I will give you is if you're going to do a big swatch or using a lot of colours in general, is to do what I'm doing here, and that is dropping water onto all of your colours or a lot of your colours in one go. That speeds up the process. Now this swatch sheet took me 25 minutes to do, which is a really long time to swatch for. Now this was sped up considerably by pre-wetting those paints. If I hadn't have done that, this would have taken 2 to 3 times as long. But I love doing a swatch, so I've included all of that in the video. I wasn't going to originally because I was going to focus less on the products, but I really liked them, so I'm gonna talk about them a bit. But as I say, GRABIE did very kindly send these to me, and yeah, I'm very, very happy to try out more supplies for them. I think I've been working with GRABIE on collaboration since 2022. I think the first set I did was a metallic watercolour set, and they were quite a new company back then. I think they started in 2021. I'm sure it says on the back of these. No, but I'm sure it's 2021. So they were about a year old when I started working with them, and I was, for that first review that I did, I was really, really impressed with the product, considering they were such a new company as well. And every time that I've tried some of their products, I'm just blown away the improvement each time on products that are already good. But yeah, anyway, so enough about the watercolours for now. Onto these fine liners. Now they don't come with a swatch sheet, so I'm just using my swatch book. I have like a generic swatch book. This has mainly got alcohol markers and paint markers in, but swatching those fine liners in there. But yeah, a lot of supplies to get through for the swatches. Now this is the paper that came with the watercolour set, and I do all the paintings in this video on that. It's very nice. It's about 200 GSM, I think, maybe a bit more. I don't think it says. I'm going to check the packet. £140, so whatever that is in GSM. It's quite sturdy watercolour card. I think is it cold press? No, it doesn't say. I think it's cold press. Anyway, so I've been getting back into trying hatching with fine liners, which is what I wanted to work on in this video. So this is quite a contrasting piece. The mountains stay black and white, and I'm going to use the watercolours in the sky. So it's a bit of a a high contrast between the two, and I think this is a really effective sort of thing. Now, one thing I don't do in this video is use the watercolours over the top of the fine liners, just because that's not the techniques that I was looking to use today. But what I did do off camera was to test whether those pens are waterproof. Now, you have to let them dry fully. If they're not completely dry, they will smudge slightly. Just make sure they're dry before using them. Either leave them for a long time, or you can just make sure by speeding up the process with a hairdryer. I found once I'd used the hairdryer on them, put water over the top, there was no smudging. So I don't know if they'll take a lot of water over the top, but for the way I use watercolours, they're absolutely fine. Now, my idea of this painting was to get as many colours in as possible. Now, I don't actually use the coloured fine liners because I just didn't realise, to be honest. I never gave it a thought that there might be coloured fine liners in the set. And I did look at the listing, and I must have missed that. But I will use them in, you'll probably see them in future videos, but I'm more interested really in using the black ones for now. Now, the black ones, something's just fallen off my desk. The black ones are very black. I do find sometimes when you get a fine liner, they're not always as black as I would like. I like them to be jet black. I don't like fine liners with weak pigment. These do not have weak pigment. They're very good. You can see those lines are very, very black. Which is exactly what I want from a fine liner. If I wanted grey, I'd buy grey. So I was very pleased to see that they are very, very dark liners, so I'll be getting a lot of use out of them, which is what you want in a product, isn't it, really? But yeah, I just kind of tried to layer as many colours going up as possible. I did put some of the metallics over the top, but unfortunately it doesn't really show up on camera. I did that in the last layer. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing this piece, to be honest. It's not, it was quite quick, I think. I'm not sure, to be honest. I know I had a good couple of hours worth of footage when I edited the video originally, but yeah, I'm not sure how long this piece actually took. But I was really impressed with how the colours went together and how they layered on top of each other when they were dry. Just quite a, really good quality set, to be honest. Good quality paints and nice pigments. That's the metallics going over the top. So just to push these products a little bit, because I was given them by GRABIE, so of course I'm going to say to you, they're great, buy them. Now, if they weren't great, I wouldn't tell you that they were. I do think they're a good product, and if you would like to check them out, they're going to be linked below. That's not an affiliate link. I do have an affiliate account with GRABIE, but because I'm changing jobs and I don't want to be focusing too much on admin-based things around art, I am making sure that I keep any art earnings to a minimum. In the UK, we have I'm trying to think of the word, but that you have an allowance that you're allowed to earn from a side hustle before you declare it. And I try and keep under that because I don't really understand the whole tax thing. And I've never breached it. To be honest, I probably earn half of what I'm allowed to anyway. So, but I'm, although I could earn a profit on these products, I'm not using affiliate links. So yeah, I'm not even earning from anything that you may buy if you choose to buy them. But yeah, my point is, if you want to get them for yourself, they will be linked below. And definitely, even if you're just interested, you're not sure whether you want to buy them, just check them out. It's always nice to have a look and see, if there's products that you might like to get yourself in the future. Just have a read, see what they're all about. And GRABIE do a lot of products as well, so I definitely recommend checking out their website. So these second paintings, they are a similar technique. Well, this one's exactly the same technique, but I wanted to go for a darker sky. And then the next one's going to be more floral. I'm going for a sky that is... See, the previous painting was more more of a challenge in a way, because it was something that although I do a lot of paintings of that style, I tend to do very dark skies. So I went a lot lighter, whereas one's going to be more like what I normally do. And then the background of this floral piece, I say floral, there's no flowers, they're just foliage. This foliage piece, that's just going to be like a monochromatic background. So I'm just going with the lines again. I think I used a thinner pen for this one, but it doesn't really look like it, but I did. I'm pretty sure that was a 0.8 on the other one, and then these lines on the leaves here are a 0.5. So I was trying to get as many sizes in as possible. I kind of want to try, so my plans for the future is to do more pieces kind of like this, but more detailed with the fine liner work with smaller pens, and then to use watercolours as backgrounds. But yeah, I need to sit down probably off camera to work on that one. And to be honest, right now it's just nice to get back into using supplies that I've really enjoyed in the past but not really used for a really long time. I mean, I think there was a stage where all I did was watercolour, and certainly when I've done Inktober's previously, that I have used fine liners a lot, but I've been using other supplies a lot recently. I'd say in the last year I've moved more away from fine liners and watercolours, and I've been using more alcohol markers with coloured pencils for outlines, and using paint markers. So it's nice to go back to supplies that I do really love, but this is the kind of thing with me. I'll discover something I like doing and then I'll do it all the time, and I will neglect other stuff. I meant to edit this bit out, so apologies. You're going to be looking at the arse end of a hairdryer for a few seconds at least. And I do that again later, apologies. But that's another technique, if you're lazy like me and don't like to wait around for layers to dry and just smudge paint that you make a mess with, is get your hairdryer out. I actually do have a heat gun thingy that I normally use, but I don't know where it is. That doesn't blow ink or watercolour paint around, whereas the hairdryer will, but I don't know where that is, so I had to be really careful. Now, yeah, going back to this painting, I found it quite difficult. I meant to do those mountains smaller. This is the kind of thing I used to do quite a lot, but bigger, so I didn't leave myself much room to do it. So yeah, I think it could have been better. I need to practice like everything else. I need to practice more. We're looking at that hairdryer an awful lot. I do apologise. But yes, I just need to go in. It looks a bit of a mess at the moment, but I reintroduced the brighter colours and I think it looks okay. I put some stars in once it's completely dry. I wasn't that happy with them and I wish I hadn't done them. But, you know, there we go. I feel like I'm really rambling a lot. I do apologise. I hope I'm not boring you. But we are coming... Yeah, you don't have to listen to me for much longer, so that's good. But, yeah, so basically what I was going to say is this video... it was supposed to come out last week, but I've been in the gym a lot. I've been training for a fitness test, which I kept failing. And then... I have passed it after a year of trying, and now I didn't keep failing it because I was unfit. I kept failing it because I didn't believe in myself, and every time I got into test conditions I would just completely lose it and just not be able to perform. But I have finally passed it, which means this is going into this new job that the fitness test was. But that is why the video is late, because I was focused so much on that. And but I have been doing art. I've been doing my doodle a day. A lot of people have been moaning, they're not doodles. Shh, don't care. Argue with me is quite a quick way of getting blocked from my channel. These people need to learn. But yeah, so I've still been doing those. I'm actually behind. I'm behind because I haven't done them since I took this fitness test. I need to catch up. But yeah, I'm working on this video now, get this video out, and then I catch up with those. But we come to the end now, and you have survived my absolute rambling. I've re-recorded this voiceover 3 times, and this is a 15-minute video, so my mouth is really dry and I need to stop talking. But there is all the stuff I've done. I hope you like them. I hope you like the look of the supplies, and if you're looking for some watercolours, I recommend them, and the fine liners. I'm going to run off now. Thank you for watching. Thank you, GRABIE, for sending these supplies to me. I've had a lot of fun, and I'll see you soon.